Our first stop on the trip was KAIST University, who was home to the world's second humanoid walking robot, Hubo. The buildings on campus were beautifully designed, and I was completely blown away by their newly built athletic center. The Mobile Harbor project was amazing because all the scale models, indoor testing, and computer simulations had been accomplished in under 9 months. The KAIST Hubo lab truly was an engineer's paradise. Everywhere you looked, there were humanoid robotic limbs and tools. They even let us test out the Hubo way that they had built specifically for Hubo to ride. The tour was very personal and hands-on. Professor Junho Oh even let us personally handle some of his robotic hands to see their inner workings. We finished up the lab tour with a motion capture demonstration where Caitlin suited up and helped animate a set of computer-generated legs to help generate walking algorithms. That night we went out to the lab to eat Korean barbecue. The meal exemplified Korean culture because there was no individual portions, all the food was shared. This made us feel very at home with our new friends.
On Tuesday we took the KTX to Kai-Tak. This train rides so smoothly you can hardly believe it's traveling 200 miles per hour. At Kai-Tak we were introduced to some interesting robots, including the four-legged K-Dog. And a humanoid displaying human-like gestures and facial expressions. Also demonstrated were a pair of agile aerial robots, which could likely be used in a military application or as a surveillance tool. During our visit at Kai-Tak and over an incredible dinner, our host's appreciation for our interest in their research, language, and culture was made obvious both by their gratitude and their hospitality.
During our trip to Ansan, we stopped for lunch at a local restaurant in the country. Being out of the city, fewer people understood English, so we had to rely on the bit of Korean we knew. Dr. Oh showed us how to use our bit of language abilities to read the Korean menu. Being able to interact with our environment made us feel right at home. We took an amazing tour of the Hyundai factory in Ansan. We got to see a car built from start to finish. Robotic arms performed most of the labor, lifting and moving car pieces with impressive grace. The precision and speed of the robotic arms was incredible. Our tour of Sungkyunkwan University showed us a great variety of labs. Many of them seemed similar to ours. You could see their projects being worked on and the tools they worked with. It allowed us to immediately connect, all having done work on something big or small, and allowed us to really appreciate the final product. That night, both labs went out to noraebang, or Korean karaoke. Everyone had a fantastic time, and we were surprisingly comfortable with each other. You never would have known that we were all perfect strangers just a few hours before. The next day we saw some really intriguing research projects, including synthetic skin that could sense pressure and touch, and actuators that mimic human muscle. At Seoul National University of Technology, we saw some incredible new robot parts, including low-cost gears and servos. These inexpensive components will make complex robots more affordable. The humanoid named Sarah was designed to contain all parts within a body the size of an actual human woman. The key point of the design is small ankles and hips, which are unique within the field. All the components were so compact and intertwined, it was almost like a human-shaped puzzle.
Arriving in Seoul was unbelievable. What really surprised and impressed me was the sheer size of the city. It is the 8th largest city in the world and one of the densest. It seemed like on every single street corner was a PC bong, where for a very low price anyone could get a computer and internet access. Public transportation in Korea was utterly perfect compared to Philadelphia and many other U.S. cities. The subways were cleaner, cheaper, and surprisingly easy to navigate, with directions in both English and Korean. Our last few days in Korea were spent as free time in Seoul. The 5 of us really had a chance to bond as a lab group, discussing technology, our experiences in Korea so far, and everything else that came to mind. We had really become a family by the end of this trip, and we all had enjoyed every minute.